Before I start, don't harass the talker. I also actually like some TED Talks, but some of them are complete crap. You don't have to like all TED Talks. I don't. I definitely don't. Even if you're a fan, you definitely don't have to agree with every single TED Talk. It's just like if you like pizza, you don't have to like every flavor of pizza. But today, let me introduce you to this man, Daniel Ally. Too bad he probably won't appear to be your ally today. A man who claims to be an entrepreneur that would make you a millionaire within 3 years. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, I'll guarantee you that you won't be crapping out Lamborghinis after listening to this guy. But let's get into it. Also, Daniel Ally, if you're listening to this, which you're probably not because this talk is over 3 years old, so I'm guessing all the people in the comments that listen to this are now millionaires by now. But anyway, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm simply criticizing your vague technique. So don't try to sue me. You probably won't. But it's like a business suing a customer for a bad Yelp review. It doesn't work.
Today I want to talk with you about a subject that many people have been talking about for a very long time. And that subject is called success. You see, success means different things to different people. And what success might mean to me is different than what it may mean to you. And what it may mean to you is different than what it means to a kindergartner who's just trying to get a star on his homework assignment. Or perhaps to a housewife who's been trying to get her 5 kids in bed by 9 p.m. Or maybe even a corporate executive who's been working for his or her corporation for 20 plus years and only wants to become the CEO of their organization.
To me, this seminar's really familiar. It's a lot like every get-rich-quick scheme that I've attended. Well, I've only attended a couple. They try and get you feeling inspired or trying to get you to ask questions. It's like the most typical sales pitch.
So the key to success is to stop conforming to other people's expectations and start performing to your own level of expectations. It's to believe in yourself. It's to know that what you want will eventually come to fruition as long as you believe it. You see, you have to have faith, and faith is knowing that what you want will eventually come to fruition.
Okay, I had to cut out a bit of this because he just goes on and on about a lot of inspirational quotes, or he says stuff in order to like motivate the listener. Because in order to sell, you really have to motivate the person. You have to help them desire to want to take the next step, and that's basically what he's doing by quoting all this type of stuff.
I really didn't have a good reputation because I was living so far below my potential that I was actually living in my mother's basement. By the age of 21, I had worked over 40 different jobs. I got fired from more jobs than more people had. In high school, I graduated second to last. The last guy, well, he was in jail. I was on drugs for 8 years, and I was confused. I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And I knew that I wanted to change. The only problem was that I didn't know how.
Okay, here we go. The Millionaire sub-story. Okay, I don't know Daniel Ally in person. He probably is a nice bloke. He probably did go for all this. But I've been to multiple seminars, and they usually have this type of story. The founder of the business had some sort of trauma in his life, and then he's like, okay, now I'm going to decide to change. I was poor, or I was snorting crack off a transgender penis. Making 50 cents an hour, eating a bath of some fraternity boys, stuff like that. And then they say like, and then one day I decided to be rich, and now I'm rich. The story is very similar to a lot of other get rich seminar CEO stories. I just don't believe it. It's just this story. This sub story is like the foundation of every single get rich quick seminar. It seems to be very highly exaggerated.
Can I see a show of hands if you've ever been in a situation where you wanted to change, but you just didn't know what to do? Well, we all have been there. And maybe we're there right now. Well, I discovered that there are only 3 ways that I can make change in my life. 3 ideas I wanted to share with you today that can absolutely revolutionize your life from today. These 3 key principles will help you to realize the success in your life. The first one is to read more books. You know, all the books in the world can help us to solve all the problems in the world. All the books in the world. Because we don't have all the problems in the world. But we do have to read the books that help us to solve our problems. So for instance, if you wanted to learn about money, you better be reading books that talk about money. Or if you wanted to learn how to manage your relationships or to become a better communicator, there's a lot of books on that. What I'm saying basically is that our libraries are paved with gold, and library cards are free. You see, books are the tools that release the heavens of your mind, and leaders are readers. You see, if you want to succeed, you have to read. Most people in the world read about one book every single year. That book, I would suppose, would be Facebook. And before people even get up and, do their thing, before they drink their coffee or read their paper, they read Facebook. But the truth is that if you study miscellaneous things, you get miscellaneous results. My second suggestion is about getting around the best individuals you can. You see, we're the sum total of the 5 people in which we surround ourselves with the most.
Okay, on Discord to make new friends.
And if you were to look at your 5 closest friends, you've got to ask yourself this one question. Who are my leaders, and where are they taking me? In other words, are my leaders taking me to the place that I would most likely want to be?
Just cut off all your friends. They're not making you even $1 million.
No one's opinion of you can become your reality.
Oh gosh. Okay, it's not you, Daniel Ally. It's just the fact that you're quoting every single quote that I used to read back in the day because I wanted to become more optimistic because I went through a pessimistic period of time. Oh my goodness, this is just making me feel a bit uncomfortable.
And in order to change your reality, you have to change your mentality and the people you surround yourself with. So get yourself around people who can. A lot of people ask me, well, Daniel, how do you find these people? It's easy. If you follow step 1, which is to read more books. And what I used to do is I used to reach out to the authors. Thankfully, we live in a new millennium, which allows us to get on their social media, their websites.
Alright, gonna look up H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, wait a second, they're dead!
My last and final suggestion is to set higher goals. Because goals make you stretch. They help you to become more of who you are. I have this method I teach all around the world. It's called the 20 idea method. And basically what you do is you select one overarching goal that you would like to accomplish, and then list 20 ideas that corresponds with that particular goal. We have everything we need in order to succeed. But we have to believe. You see, when you believe in yourself, you'll find that everyone else in the world will believe in you. And you also have to think big. When you think big, you'll do big, and you'll win big.
Well, I don't know if this was clickbait or this video was having an identity crisis because it seems to me it didn't really explain how to become a millionaire within 3 years. So it was pretty misleading. This whole thing seemed more of a motivation or self-improvement seminar rather than a get-rich-quick scheme or some sort of crap like that. But overall, he does seem like a good bloke. He is right how you can self-improve, but it's very vague about how he became rich within 3 years, but it didn't really explain it. I did look up some of Daniel Ally's information, and it turns out that he's an author, and it seems to me that he's also telling us to read more, so I don't know, maybe they're trying to sell his books. I don't know. Another thing I like to mention, as an accountant, a lot of people seem to determine a millionaire by monetary value rather than total assets. So for example, you could have 50 grand in the bank, a house, a car. You could have, I don't know, 500,000 in your retirement fund. People would usually say that your total net value is 50 grand because it's your bank. That's when we measure monetary value. When we talk about total net value, we usually measure their total assets. So it'll be their house, their car, their bank value, and their retirement fund, etc., etc. So in a lifetime, everybody could potentially become a millionaire. It is guaranteed in a first world country usually that the average person would earn at least $1 million in their lifetime if they work their whole life. That being said, it's time to end the video. Don't harass him, the guy probably means well. His presentation is just too misleading and creates a lot of dreamer thinking, and people become disappointed. But anyway, I expect you all to become millionaires in 3 years, and you can thank Daniel Ally. Thanks for watching.